Take warning, you better take warning. Take warning, you better do good. Let your light shine bright, let your light shine right. Respect your fellow man as you should. Take warning, you better take warning. Take warning, you better do good. Let your light shine bright, let your light shine right. Respect your fellow man as you should. The evil that men do lives after them. The evil that men do lives after them. Your evil today will blight your tomorrow. So do good today and avoid your sorrow. Take warning, you better take warning. Take warning, you better do good. Let your light shine bright, let your light shine right. Respect your fellow man as you should. Take warning, you better take warning. Take warning, you better do good. Let your light shine bright, let your light shine right. Respect your fellow man as you should. The evil that men do lives after them. The evil that men do lives after them. Your evil today will blight your tomorrow. So do good today and avoid your sorrow.
Hey fans, it's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton. Dance to the magical songs of yesteryear by popular DJs and Camps Audio. Admission is free. Come out, let's make memories at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton North.
Good night. Welcome to Straight Up. Let's rock and roll. It's 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you guys who have tuned in early o'clock. Those of you who have already shared the link, thank you. Let's share the links. Political links, that is. Tonight is a political night. As always, every night is a political night. Don't get tied up. Don't run away with things. Every night. Tonight is not a pregnancy night, but sometimes politics. The kind of politics these guys play in office, they believe that once they get into politics and they get into high offices and whatever, their agenda is not necessarily to serve the people. Well, they are serving, but they're serving selective people. Some of them are serving and serving and serving, and it leads to pregnancy. And we're hearing about pregnancy in a lot of ministries. A lot of these so-called ministers are impregnating these young workers in the ministries, in the office of the presidency, and all these things happening in Guyana. And now we're hearing that a certain, well, several folks have confirmed in terms of top officials are impregnating these young girls in these ministries. Anyways, good night to the folks at um, Foreign Affairs. Good night. Pregnancy should not be foreign to some of those officials there. Someone's asking who's pregnant. Who is pregnant for whom? I don't know. Y'all asking me who is pregnant for who? Who is pregnant for who? Me? I can tell y'all who is pregnant for who. Well, I can tell you guys this: ain't nobody pregnant for me. Guyana, huh? The sort of politics in Guyana. The politics in Guyana, I'm telling you. I know some of you might say, no, it's politics all over because Bill Clinton did what he had to. Ooh, the cigar. We understand all of that, but we're confining our politics to Guyana. And I know, it's filthy. It is filthy in Guyana. That's what's happening. And when you send your little girls now out of school, now out of college to work, everybody, like, is it Gully Bob? Is it Gully Bob who said, everybody want to walk off? Everybody want to walk off. You send your little boys to work, people want to work off of that. You send the little girls to work once they reach work age. Everybody want to walk off of that. Yeah? Blah, 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 blah. It's Guyana. And as I was saying to some folks earlier, a conference, nice Zoom meeting and so forth, that the laws are not really there to protect people. The laws in Guyana, they're not there to protect our young people, our little boys, our little girls. And all of these officials, they're concerned about themselves. That's it. Some of them go in office when they were installed, big, 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 big. Then they get slim, slim, slim. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. All right, good night to all of you. Every single one of you. Good night. Good night. I got to lose some weight. Or am I going to wait till I go into office to lose weight and taxpayers' money and all sort of things? Fancy makeup, get a little shaving set to, right, Gully God, little shaving set to shave and thing, because you guys seen some gray hair. Right? Lots of gray hairs. What's going on, Mark? What's going on? Good night to all of you. Brenda Billy, how are you? Simone Blackman, how are you? Desiree Simon, Liverpool. Desiree Emmanuel, and then we get Desiree Simon. Lots of Desirees tonight. Lloyd Pillow or Pulu or what's going on? All of you, good night and welcome to Straight Up. What do you guys want us to talk about tonight? I know last night was a different night. I know some other folks who are part of the community, the bumps raised because Mark is not supposed to have some of their people in the community is divided and they're fighting amongst each other. So some of them get vexed that I had some on. But look, I'm not bothered about their fights. I'm not getting into no scratching fights. That's not me. I'm not getting into that. It's not that I can't scratch back. I can. Not that kind of scratching, though. And so some of them vex. Why you at twinkle, 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 little star? So they vex and they bumps raise, some of them. But the objective is everybody has to be included. Everyone. We are not here to exclude anyone. Right, Rajan? Right, Donna? We are not here to exclude anyone. That's it. Some may like the politics, some may like this, some may like that, but it is okay. And then who want cuss, let them cuss. They can cuss until cow come home. It doesn't bother me at all. Now let's cuss about the politics. Jagdeo got to New York. Have you guys heard anything? Somebody said that he had a press conference earlier. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I don't watch it. I didn't watch it. It's not today, so I don't know what he said. Um, and it's irrelevant what he says. But imagine he was in New York, Queens, tucked away somewhere there, tucked away. They didn't tell you exactly what is it he spent taxpayers' money on. Went out shopping, buy shoes, buy pants, buy bokta, buy slip or slip, half slip they call it, right? All sort of things he bought, probably bra. Right, Rhonda? Rhonda Lane, good night, man. Good night. Good night, Rhonda. Guys, I owe Rhonda a call. I got to give her a call sometimes. Please forgive me, Rhonda. Rhonda is a soldier. I cannot disrespect soldiers, brave people like Rhonda. I got to call her. So Cheryl Panchin is saying medical checkup. Yeah, he went and get a checkup. Probably went and cut something. He probably medical checkup. What sort of medical checkup? Thousands upon thousands of your dollars, tax-paying dollars. Took it and just flew out of the country to prove a point, right? First of all, I'm sorry, guys. So, first of all, he flew out of the country, and this is why he flew out of the country. Not with Sue, not with Sue. Maybe Suzanne or some other Sue, but not with this Sue, not with this Sue. So, Jagdeo flew out of the country to prove a point that he can travel. He wanted to prove a point to many people because, as you know, all of you know, he has stayed away from the United States of America for quite a while. He ducked in. He wasn't too sure what's going to happen when he arrived. And so he ensured that he secure, he prepare, he asked the guys them if they want him for anything. He's willing to cooperate. Oops. And so he ensured that on his way to the United States of America, guess what? He didn't walk with his regular phone, you know. He ain't gonna walk with his regular phone. He got a special number. And so the old phone was left back in Guyana. So he got a nice brand new iPhone, new chip, new number, and everything, but nothing inside other than maybe a photograph of himself and Kwame. That's all. Nothing else. So when the guys at the airport, if they want to pick him up, and you know that's gonna happen. No, don't fight up. So even if they took his phone, they ain't gonna see nothing. He left the old phone back. You think he's gonna take that chance? Anyways, while in New York, Queens, and so forth, walkabout, talk, knockabout, business deal. He went shopping at a mall somewhere. Y'all know the mall in Queens. All the big stores, the big expensive stores. Looked at suits cost 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 Guyana dollars. Your money, your money. Your money. That's what he has been doing. Spending and spending. Spending for spending for family members. We hear you get 2-3 picnic and all sort of things. All manner of things. Y'all don't worry and say, Tati can't get kids. Well, Michael Jackson, we are told Michael Jackson did something and donated something and he ended up with kids too, right? So and went out shopping, spent probably over $100,000 US on that trip. Just spending it while, clothing and all manner of things. So that's what, but he was very silent, quiet about this trip. Quiet about the trip. And he ain't telling y'all nothing. They didn't have a public meeting because, you know, he loves to talk in public and gives the impression, all manner of things. But none of that. He was in hiding. And so, guys, I wouldn't be surprised. Before we move on, I wouldn't be surprised if he was wearing a bangle. Because, you know, the feds, they put a bangle on them. He probably was wearing a bangle so that they could track him. But he specifically came to the United States of America, according to a source, mind you, right? He specifically came for medical reasons. Medical reasons. Is it a throat problem, something or things stuck in his throat? Porridge? We don't know. Is it hernia? Is it he had to cut something? Is it something? But he came for medical reason. He ain't gonna say that. And nobody gonna question him. You think people gonna at that so-called press conference anybody gonna question them? Nobody. They're frightened. They're afraid. They are afraid. They're afraid. Unless probably Gordon is there and Gordon, but he doesn't have time with real reporters and real journalists. Their propagandists sit down there and ask their dotish questions. Most of them, not all. I respect a few of them who are there. Um, if the Stabrook News reporter is watching, good night to her. What's her name? Very nice person. All right, so what else we can talk about? What else you guys want us to talk about? I'm just looking at some of your comments. I can't read all of them. And Lemon, if you can pull some of them up. Oh gosh, I didn't want to say it, but Brenda Casey actually said it. And if you guys can see what Brenda Casey said there, cut his. Oh my gosh. Good night to you, Brenda Casey. How are you doing? Eva Mattis and Garnet and Sion, or Sean Withers, all of you. Good night to you. Good night. Good night to all of you. Hey, I got, before I move on, Simone Blackman, I know. Simone Blackman is saying, why couldn't he go to Georgetown Public Hospital? Well, to cut those things, you can't really take a chance, cut those things at Georgetown Public Hospital. Medi. All right. How are you guys doing again? Before we move on, I got some things I want to discuss with you. Lots of things we will discuss this evening, political in nature. Let me see here. I want to play something for you guys. All right, let's.
Isn't it time to elect a good government? One with integrity to serve you in parliament. Don't worry about race, for we must learn to live as one. Reject politicians who would turn blights against Indians. It's time to face the real issues affecting me. Healthcare and education and a bankrupt economy. Your future is in your hands, so don't you throw it away. Believe me, it's true. It's not what they promise, it's what they'll do. Politicians should know that with a government salary, their job is of service, not to empty the treasury. No contract.
All right, so we put a pause on that. Let me ask you guys this question. And before I do, let me say hi to the hardworking folks over at the Village Voice News. And don't forget, you guys got to lock on to the Village Voice News, and share it and all these things every day. Just go to the Village Voice. Go to the Village Voice News. That song that you guys just heard, if you tell me right now who is the singer, y'all get yourselves what's something for Christmas, whenever that is. Who do you think sang that song? We're just going to take 30 seconds for you to tell me who sang that song. Who is the one that sang that song? Going once. You guys got to listen. All right. The person who's singing there is a guy by the name a guy by the name of Harry Gill. Harry Gill Couple weeks before he joined the PPP, he was singing this very song. Couple weeks, calling them bandits, calling them criminals, calling them crooks, calling them racist, and all manner of things. All manner of things. Harry Gill, yeah, Harry Gill. Look there, right here. Harry Gill. Harry Gill and who is there? Harry Gill and Donald Ramatar. Harry Gill, same Harry Gill. Oh yeah, Harry Gill. Here, Harry Gill, guys, calling them corrupt, calling them thieves, calling them criminals, and saying the country bad and they're bankrupting the country. Yeah, y'all think some of those hustlers, those flatfoot hustlers in Guyana, y'all think they're easy? Y'all really think those flatfoot hustlers in Guyana easy? Them ain't easy. Hear the man. Hear the man.
It's out of control now, and the police do it away. While some live in fear, many others are living here. But most of us will come back if Guyana's on the right track.
So under the PPP, Harry Gill, that is saying people are afraid, people are leaving the country, all manner of things. It's not going good. Criminals. Harry Gill. Y'all tag Harry Gill and tell him we said good night here. Harry Gill. Yep. A member of parliament of the PPP. Well, they didn't put him back for a second time. Harry Gill calling them corrupt, calling them racist, calling them hooligans. And he said that people are leaving Guyana under the PPP regime and that people will return when things get better. Well, I tell you what, his prediction was right. Things got better under the coalition and lots of people returned. But lots of people are leaving again. They're gone again. Oh, Harry. Let's hear Harry Gill again talking about the corruption under the PPP, criminals in the PPP regime, all manner of things. Here, Harry Gill.
Your future is in your hands, so don't you throw it away. Believe me, it's true. It's not what they promise, it's what they'll do. Once we were leaders in a land of prosperity. Mismanaged resources is the cause of your poverty. We used to be proud, now we hang we face in disgrace. Vote election day, make Guyana a better place. Your future is in your hands, so don't you throw it away. Believe me, it's true. It's not what they promise, it's what they'll do. This country used to be so prosperous. With we gold, with bauxite, and with diamonds. Now Guyanese are struggling to make a living. And we make the same mistakes over and over again by electing politicians who are incompetent, racist, or downright dishonest.
All right, Harry Gill is saying that. Harry Gill. And I hope those folks in the opposition, they should take this song and turn it into a commercial, a political ad, circulate it all across. Harry Gill, Harry Gill. He says every single time we keep making the same mistake by electing officials, people who are incompetent or downright racist. He was talking about the PPP regime. Now, cat, and I really do mean cat. Gone with Harry Gill tongue. Gone with Harry Gill tongue. Cat gone with the tongue, as we would say in Guyana, right? Cat gone with the tongue. Corruption, corruption. But these flatfoot hustlers, they can't remember those things. Hey, what else is happening? What else you guys want us to talk about? Don't tell me we want to talk about pregnancy now. Y'all don't know what's the allegations, pregnancy in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, top officials getting people pregnant, allegedly. Allegedly. All right. So what else we can talk about? Let's go to this here. The teachers union now. They sat with these vagabonds at the Ministry of Education. Not all of them are vagabonds. Some of them are forced to sit there. But the Guyana Teachers Union, they sat there negotiating and so forth. And now the regime is saying, the corrupt PPP regime is saying they can offer teachers 9% salary increase for teachers. 9%. And the Guyana Teachers Union rejects the offer. Now that the Guyana Teachers Union has rejected the offer, what do you guys think is going to be next? What do you guys think? What do you guys think is going to be next? What? What you think, Angeli Abrams? What next? What next? Beloved Jackson, what next? Derek McCalmont, what next, you guys think? They are playing games with teachers. They are playing games with public servants and all manner of things. Sandy Ford is saying, back on the streets. Try to being able to carry them back on the streets, come out back on the streets. If you're going to be on the streets, be in the streets for the long haul. Be in the streets, right, Miss October? Be in the streets for the long haul. Do not be in the streets for a couple days and come off and then say, all right, you're going to talk, knowing very well that they don't respect teachers. So you go out in the streets a couple mornings, 2-3 days, a week, 2 weeks, and then you come off the streets with nothing to gain. The only time you come off the streets is when you know that you have gained something. And the teachers, the Guyana Teachers Union, they continue to get the wrong end of the stick. The wrong end of the stick. They're not gaining anything because those pakus at the Ministry of Education continue to make those are the Guyana Teachers Union pakus. Come on the streets? Okay, come quick. Let me talk. Just to come off the streets. So next time around, I hope they don't come off the streets until they get something better. 15%, 20%, something better. But, you know, these corrupt guys in the PPP regime, they don't believe in paying people good stuff. They believe in wasting the billions of dollars with their friends and families and the cronies in the private sector commission. Those are the people who are benefiting. You're telling me that they're offering the teachers now 9%. You can't give them a 12 or a 15%, but they're wasting billions of dollars on their friends and families. That's what they're doing. They have no respect for teachers. They have no respect for students, and they don't have any respect for citizens of Guyana. All of them in the PPP regime are a pack of bandits. All of them. They know who they are. All of them. A pack of bandits. Some of them, you should see the houses that they're building. Permanent Secretary House, up for rent. A huge house. We're going to show you those houses. But what's happening? Take a look at this. This guy goes into Guyana, I believe, Saturday or sometime then. And he's the UN General Assembly, the United Nations General Assembly president. He is expected in Guyana over the weekend. But guess what? Guess what's happening here? When he goes to Guyana, the opposition, the better must come guy, Nigel Hughes. Good night to Nigel. Better must come, right? This is what I want these guys to do if better must come, right, Mr. Hughes? If better must come, it goes beyond just talking, song bites. Better must come, and boom, better come right for your lap, right? Y'all watch out for one of those Nigel guys. He bumps might raise in the audience. What's his name? Dennis Atwell. Y'all watch out for Dennis there. Good night to Dennis if he's watching. But better ain't gonna come just like that by just talking. Better must come. Better must come. Actions speak louder than words, right? And so this guy, the United Nations General Assembly president, he is going to be in Guyana this weekend. What these guys in the opposition, the PNC, the AFC, and the other minor parties, what they should do is to have a meeting together and have about 100 persons. You tell me you can't have 100 persons to protest when this guy is in the country? 100 persons. AFC could put up some, including Nigel. Nigel could hit the streets and start protesting too, because that is a big part in politics. If you want to remove a corrupt regime, you got to protest, Nigel. You got to take off your boots, your suit and your tie. You got to hit the streets, Nigel. There's how better gonna come. Go Congress Place, pick up the opposition leader, Aubrey Norton, pick them up. Y'all go, all of y'all, hit the streets and let this guy know that things are not hunky-dory in Guyana. Things are not good in Guyana. You don't necessarily want this guy to visit Guyana and then you're invited for a courtesy call, or he pays a courtesy call to them and photographs, and you guys are satisfied with that? No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. The opposition guys got to wake up. They got to stop with this soundbite. This thing, better must come and better gonna come, and all these things. Now, I'm not knocking Nigel for his soundbite. Better must come. But better ain't gonna come by just talking. Right, Nigel? And by you, Nigel is my friend. This is all politics I'm talking about here. There's nothing against, because people love to say, oh, Mark, get against Nigel. Somebody might inbox Nigel and holler, Ben Sharp cussing Nigel out. Oh, Nigel is my friend. He is my friend. But I'm speaking in terms of political reality. We can't get better come just like that by just talking. Y'all got to hit the streets, Nigel. You got to be in front of GCOM, not just once per week. Y'all got to be out there. Protest is what make things shake. Not behind the scenes strategies that we don't know about. Strategizing and strategizing. Anyways, this guy is in the country, or is going to be in the country this weekend, expected to be there. I hope that it is just not going to be a handshake, a photograph, photo up, a courtesy call, and that's it. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. This is not just photo. Man, y'all try to with y'all photo up, man. Every day. Where Dennis Atwell, y'all tag him. Every minute he coming out here, but better must come, better must come, better must come. And nobody's confronting GCOM. One day per week, they take half hour on the lunch break and they stand up in front of GCOM and they're gone. I know if they have to be out in front there every single day, people like Rhonda Lane is going to be there. But anyways, man. When you talk, people say Ben Sharp hate this body, Ben Sharp that, leave Nigel alone, leave Aubrey Norton alone, leave. A lot of these guys are silent. Lots of them are silent. I don't even know where my friend Roysdale Ford is. Is Roysdale Ford still in Guyana? Does he still live in Guyana? I don't know. I got to give Roysdale a call and ask him. He might start speaking English accent with me or something. I don't know. I mean, politics is basically you got to stay the course, guys. You got to stay the course. Oh, Father, help me out. Bonita Montague, Ali, I'll help me out. Somebody tag Roysdale Ford, man. Tell him his friend Mark Ben Sharp is looking for him. How is Amanza Walton this year? Y'all tag them. Tell them I say hi, man. Tell them I miss them. I miss the campaign. I miss all sorts of things. I miss them. Hi, Roysdale. Good night. How are you? Y'all hit the streets, man. Where's Annette Ferguson? Annette is busy writing about other stuff. People want to hear about the housing. That is your ministry, Annette. That is your ministry, Annette. Everybody want to write about this, talk about this, write about this. I might as well just write and talk about everything too. What do you want to talk about tonight? Medical? Any one of you have a medical problem? Let's talk medical, man. That's my feel, right? Medical. Oh gosh, man, y'all all over the place. I don't know what to say any longer. Look, I might as well just get off the program and sit and wait for when Wayne Caesar is on. Over to you. That's it. I know. Should I continue or should I not continue? I just got a message from someone saying, Mark, you are out of order. Okay, Your Worship. Okay, Your Worship. Hey, before we move on, Rickford Burke, we got to invite him on. I spoke with Wayne Caesar, and Rickford has something that's coming up, a committee that's coming up, um, I think on the 18th in Brooklyn, New York. Um, and so you guys are invited, but we'll have Rickford on sometime very soon to talk about that. It's the post Guyana, what is it? Guyana anniversary, independence anniversary. So we'll talk about that with Rickford Burke sometime soon. All right. So Ashuna Franklin is saying Annette Ferguson is doing her thing, Mark. In other words, Annette is doing her thing. In other words, Mark, rest yourself. Big views don't come in there, Big views don't coming there. All right. What else we can talk about? You guys remember this, right? Donald Ramatar and this I found this here and look, Teixeira making over $1 million per month. Irfan Ali and properties, millions of dollars. Sam Hines sold out Lindeners. Rohi refuses to resign after the killing of innocent protesters. That's in Linden. Donald Ramatar heads PPP government. Which killed innocent, innocent, innocent people got killed. Innocent protesters got killed. Innocent protesters got killed. Y'all hear and y'all remember? Y'all remember? Bharat Jagdeo headed PPP government in court for being racist. And guess who took him to court? Freddie Kissoon. Well, of course, there are quite a few of us working behind the scene with Freddie Kissoon, but Freddie ain't gonna want to tell people that. He took all the credit. Selfish guy. Irfan Ali owns hundreds of millions of dollars worth of properties. Teixeira, all these things. Y'all remember these things, guys? As the Trinidadians would say, all you remember these things? All you must remember these things? Shame on the PPP regime. Shame on all of them. Now look at this here. Anil Nandalal says the U.S. Department of Justice has acknowledged. Oh, we acknowledge your letter, but in other words, we acknowledge it. That's the courtesy. We acknowledge it and that's it. But in reality, the Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Justice, isn't giving Anil Nandalal or the PPP any information. Why? They know that any information shared with those guys in the PPP regime will be shared with individuals who are on U.S. law enforcement radars, including senior government officials. So the folks in the Department of Justice, they're not going to share any information. Story done. It is not going to happen. Candy Naleen Inderjeet, how are you doing? And Candy wants us to talk about how can we get the PPP out of Parliament? I know Candy wants me to answer that question. How can we get the PPP out of Parliament? How can we get them out of Parliament? Vote them out, man. I don't want my mind to get carried away in Bangladesh syndrome and these sort of things. Vote them out. Vote them out. And Candy, call your relatives and all these folks and let them go out in front of GICA. I agree with some of the people who say, well, the politicians, if they don't want to go out or the leaders don't want to protest because they don't believe in protesting, right? The people, forget about the politicians. Because they can, for the most part, they can make your lives better. You got to act as well. So if you guys feel that the list is bloated, and it is heavily bloated, if you guys feel that you don't trust GCOM, well, y'all have every right to go out and protest. If the politicians don't want to take the lead, you guys take the lead. Story done. Those folks in Bangladesh, what they did, they took the lead. They didn't wait for no politician to guide them. Maybe they waited, but they got fed up of the politicians. Maybe the politicians were telling them they're strategizing. And so let them just, no, protest doesn't work. Maybe the politicians were telling the people of Bangladesh that. And the people said, no, protests work. And so they went out, the people in Bangladesh, they went out and they protested. Some of them were locked up, some of them were beaten, some of them were shot, and 300 were killed. 300 of them were killed because they banned the belly and they knew that sacrifices have to be made. They went out there and they said, enough is enough. But you know, Guyanese, man, I mean, going out there, the Benchab tried there. Benchab is a mad man. Look what he there, he protesting by himself. You think I mean, every sort of thing. Man, me want to lose me little walk. Yeah, let this one try that. The one bread well butter, mean go and mean this, mean that. They don't want to make sacrifices. But as soon as there's a change of government, guess who up there? The ones who didn't want to fight, the ones who didn't want to do anything, wants the best positions. And when they're put in those nice cushy positions, you think they care about you, the ordinary people? No. They don't give a damn about you, the ordinary people. They just don't. They're going to come, they're going to talk nice, they're going to sweet talk you because they want your vote. And then when they get your vote and they get into office, you think, for the most part, you think they care about y'all? You think any of them going to run after Rhonda Lane and say, Rhonda, come in the office, girl? They love Rhonda because Rhonda going out there and protest now. But how many care about Rhonda? Rhonda is just basically a flatfoot. And this is not disrespectful, disrespecting Rhonda, you know? And so we have to have politicians who really care about you, who understand you, and who, when they get into office, they will work for you. That is what this thing is about, working for the people, to enrich the people, their lives, to make things better for everyone, every single one. That is what you have to do. Somebody saying they thought, what? They thought what? I thought Annette is your family. How can you do this? Who is, I don't know who's do this. Annette is not my family. I mean, nothing is wrong with Annette if Annette was my family, but Annette works here. But I need to see, or we need to see Annette working in the area of which she is Shadow Minister of Housing. We need an aggressive approach to housing because lots of corruption there in housing. That is what it is. Lots and lots of corruption there in housing. Brenda Casey is saying something here. Brenda is the star tonight. Well, all the Brendas are here tonight, right? Brenda Casey is saying Rhonda's shoes were all busted up from protesting. That is so true. Rhonda, tell us your shoe size. And anybody going to Guyana, y'all got to bless Rhonda up. Story done. Rhonda got to get blessed up. I think she wears a size 10 wide. You know that country girl put wide, big, size 10, right? Check out Rhonda. Bless up Rhonda. Bless Rhonda up. Bless Rhonda up. All right. What else we can talk about? Let's talk about GuySuCo. This is the gravy train for the PPP. Corruption upon corruption. And look at this guy. This guy, his name is Chong. Chong is his name, right? Chong is his name. Chong is saying GuySuCo recorded losses. Listen, $7.8 billion. $7.8 billion. $7.8 billion in 2021 and $10.2 billion. $10.2 billion in, what is this, Emma? 2022. 2022. $10.2 billion in 2022. right? That is how those folks are ruining the country. At every level, that is what they do. Good. Love you. Say bye-bye. Okay, I'll take care of that for you. All right? Good. That's the boss. Can't stop the program. That's the boss. So, all right. So as we move on, we're talking about this here. GuySuCo recorded losses of $7.8 billion. $7.8 billion. And they're not telling you for 2023. They're not telling you for 2023 as yet. But they had this guy that was there called the former CEO of GuySuCo, says Narayan Singh, the man who said he's the turn around expert. Let me have it, sweetheart. The turnaround expert. The man who is the turnaround expert. This is what they did to GuySuCo. And this is just something that they just want to. There's more. They've lost more. Almost $8 billion in 2021, and they don't have money for teachers. They don't have salary increase with public servants. No. But a dying industry like cane, the sugar industry, it's dying, it's dead as a result of the corrupt PPP regime. $8 billion almost in 2021. Over $10 billion in 2022. Losses in 2023, almost $15 to $16 billion. And guess what? They removed that guy, not by choice, but they sent him as an ambassador. Says Narayan Singh is an ambassador now. No experience, no nothing. Milk the sugar industry, and he's gone. And now they put a guy by the name of Chung. Chung couldn't even run Guy Oil effectively. Lots and lots of corruption at Guy Oil. And then he's talking about revamping the sugar industry. It's fake. Look, this guy. That's the guy who's heading Paul Chung, who on the 24th of July, this is what he said, because he had to sing for his supper. These flatfoot hustlers, they got to sing for their supper. And this is what Paul Chung said. Paul Chung said this. The PNC cabal, when will you guys come clean to this nation? Fraud is fraud. Let's speak about Mingo verified fraud or shut up. Well, let's talk about the fraud at Guy Oil, Paul Chung. Talk about the fraud or shut up. A director by the name of, what's his name? One of those guys, those flatfoot hustler. He lives in Linden now. He ran to Linden and they rescued him. Right? You guys know his name. Not that important, but he was begging for little breakfast money to go and sit and eat at some hotel. Blair, some Okani Blair or whatever. Right? Corruption upon corruption at Guy Oil under this guy's watch, Paul Chung. Paul Chung has to shut up. He's telling people shut up. Look, why doesn't he call on the court to hear the elections petitions? They're not. So he had to sing for his supper. He went over to Guy Oil, corruption at Guy Oil. He gone over to GuySuCo, massive corruption going on at GuySuCo. And then he has the ball or the gall to say, the PNC cabal, when will you guys come clean? Come clean my head. Bunch of flapping gangsters all over the place telling people about come clean. Come clean. A set of dirty people, corrupt individuals, turning to people and tell people about come clean. Come clean. What else we can talk about? What else can we talk about? What else can we talk about? Ian, Harry, those guys are PIGS. That's what they are. No sympathy. Absolutely no sympathy. None for them. I want to show you guys some houses. Do we have time, Lemon? I want to show you guys some houses. I really do. But before we get to that, let me take time out. I think they've already buried Ransford. Good luck. Um, condolences, yeah, condolences to his family and friends and colleagues. He represented Guyana, and we just got to extend condolences to his family. I know Ransford. I've had a beer or two with Ransford. We spoke, and I had that opportunity to thank him in person for his service to Guyana as a police and also for representing Guyana as one of those sharp rifle shooter. So condolences to Ransford Goodluck, former police officer out in Guyana and marksman, rifle um, marksman. And then also the wake and reflection of Dr. Simpson Perry de Silva is tomorrow. And it's going to be Enterprise. I believe that's his home, Enterprise lot. Is it 31 or 51? Section C, Enterprise. That's his home. And so we might probably carry it live here, a little piece of it. Condolences again. He is the youngest Minister of Agriculture, probably the youngest minister under President Burnham's government. Um, Condolences to the family, the wife, Nicola, um, and children, and brothers and sisters, and other relatives and friends, and the colleagues of Dr. Simpson Perry de Silva. Simpson Perry de Silva. Good guy. Good guy. Did a lot of work for us at the Ben Shop Foundation. Lots and lots of work as one of the uh, directors of Ben Shop Foundation. During those days, hundreds, probably thousands of people we were able to train with computers and CXC courses. We were very busy then. So he was one of those directors behind the scene. And a good guy, great loss. Condolences again to his wife and other relatives and friends. What else is on your mind that you guys want to talk about? What else you guys want to talk about? We just have a few minutes remaining. Um, I noticed some of the comments there. Some of the comments there. Thank you, Roxanne Haywood. She's saying her son was one of a student there at the Ben Shop Foundation. I hope he's doing well, Roxanne. Yeah, Tony Hack didn't realize that the marksman died. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Passed away a few days ago. And thank you, Tony. And so let's touch on what's happening in Linden. The Lindeners need to take to the streets and call for the immediate removal of Gasper and to have things right at the city council there. The people of Linden deserve better. They've got to. And you cannot expect better, as I've said in the beginning. Better can't come by just talking, better must come. You got to go out there and make better come. And so if Lindeners want to see improvement in their town, they've got to stand up and make the sacrifices. I see a couple of guys there doing their thing. They're cleaning up the streets, they have tractors and all sort of things. It's looking good. The people of Linden have to make a decision, and pretty soon. They cannot see lots of wrong things being done in their in their town by the PVP regime, broke up roads, all manner of things, and not say or do anything. It is time for action. Lindeners, it is time for action. You can't let one little short little midget, no experience, no proper qualification, nothing, hijack the township. You cannot allow that to happen. You've got to make a decision. And only not 3 or 4 or a couple of people could speak out. You've got to take to the streets and shut that town down. That's just my opinion. Take to the streets, shut the tongue down. Shut the tongue down. That is when you're going to get the attention, and that is when you're going to get the changes that you so deserve. Y'all cannot allow a handful of pakus, a handful of flatfoot hustlers hijack that township. Do not allow it, Lindoners. Do not allow it. Time to hit the streets and shut the tongue down. It is your constitutional right. There's nothing illegal about that. Jagdeo and all these people, when they were in the opposition, they were instructing their supporters to do worse than that.
Right across Ghana, when the ministers of Granger or Nagamutu come here after the 21st of March, you say to them, walk behind them, chase them out, they're going to be illegal. Say to them, you're illegal. Free up the country, you're undemocratic. They're going to...
So if Katahar Jagdeo could tell people, chase people out, walk behind them, shut place down, why can't you guys do it? But when you call or when we call for that, oh, we are bad, no, forget about them. They can talk all they want to talk about me. All sorts of things they talk about me. It's like throwing water at ducks' back. Sorry that I got to do it like this, right? Water on ducks' back. Shut the tongue down if y'all need betterment. And don't wait on the politicians. The members of parliament in Linden, they're going to shut no tongue down. When last y'all heard from, they have two members of parliament in Region 10. They have Jermaine Figueroa is one, and then there's another one, I keep forgetting his name. Two members of parliament, but you hardly hearing from them. Jermaine, to his credit, you see Jermaine and so, but Jermaine is more out doing charity work. So we have voted and elected a member of parliament who is more concerned about charitable and charitable foundation and so forth. Right? Good night to Jermaine, man. He's still doing a good job with that. But the other one is into like party and promotion and so forth. So we voted Devin Sears. Devin, good night to you, man. People not hearing from these guys. These guys are not confronting the system. They're not challenging the system. It's like they are afraid to sneeze. They are afraid to blow their nose in public. Come on, we got to get brave MPs, brave politicians, brave leaders. We've got to get that, guys. And you cannot, I'm not saying that some of the officials in Linden are not doing their thing. I noticed the mayor has been very vociferous. He's head of the city council, but they got to be more. Shut the tongue down, Mr. Mayor. Shut the tongue down, Mr. Chairman. Darren Adams, shut the tongue down. Shut the bridge down. Every morning, people complaining about the bridge. The line long. Nobody cares. And then when you go in the city council, you get one short little midget. And I'm not knocking midget out there, you know. Good night to some of you who are short. But one little piece, country baby piece midget by the name of a Gasper. One little midget holding an entire tongue at ransom. One little midget. Y'all taking too much from the midget. Too much y'all taking from the midget. And them other flatfoot hustlers there in Linden. Y'all get a school over 2-3 years now. 300, close to $500 million spent, taxpayers' money, and the school cannot be open. The school cannot be built as yet. And y'all sitting down and taking that. What's going on in Linden, guys? Young people are being deprived, can't go to school or got to walk miles, and parents got to spend thousands of dollars to send their kids to school because a wicked and corrupt government gave the contract to their friends and cronies. And on to now, the school cannot be finished. They promised April it's going to complete. This time it's going to complete. Last year it's going to complete. The year before it's going to complete. And nothing is being done. Absolutely nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. And people must sit back and just accept that. Accept it as politics as usual. Look, I have come to the point, y'all stop depending on y'all political leaders. Stop depending on y'all members of parliament. Go out and get the job done yourself. Story done. Go out and get the job done yourself. Back in Georgetown, if the politicians don't want to go out in front GCOM and protest for something that is important for you, well, y'all go out and do. Follow Rhonda Lane. Rhonda Lane isn't following the politicians. Rhonda Lane is following her heart and doing what is good for the country. The voters list. Y'all got to intensify the protest in front of GCOM. Y'all can't go out there every Tuesday or every just one day per week for half-hour lunch break and y'all gone y'all way. When you ask where the MPs are, oh, most of the MPs got to work because they have a second job. And their second job is more important than the job that pays them most. As an MP, they get paid far more than they do on their other jobs, but they have more respect for the other job than they have for that as an MP. I don't know, man. Look, I don't know what's going on. Y'all keep sitting down. Y'all keep sitting down and expect an MP to go out there and represent y'all. Most of them MPs ain't going no way. Most of them concerned about themselves. They're concerned about their pension. And that's another thing. When people want to get into office because of pension, when people want to become MPs because they're concerned about pension, and when they go back at the MP, Granger put them back or somebody put them back, they're vexed. They're vexed, they're complaining because they needed 2 more years for the pension. And how Granger could have put me back, or this body could have put me back. They're concerned about pension. They ain't concerned about y'all. Anyways, look, I'm out of here. My bum's racing. I'm out of here, right? I'm out of here because, you know, these folks, they got to do better, man. They got to do better. Tomorrow I'll show you some big houses some of these pacus, these corrupt ones in the PPP are building. Big houses. Big houses. Let me check some of your comments before I go. Piri back. I know where Piri went. Probably a phone got taken away or something like that. But good to see you back, Piri. Bernadette Jones. Let me see what this Linden man saying. Eldon Kendall Harvey. 2 main sports facilities under construction over 4 years now, depriving the youth's opportunity to involve in sports and other activities. Eldon, 4 years now. What Linden is doing? Y'all got to go out. Y'all got to shut that tongue down, and y'all got to demand better. Y'all don't let the politicians come and tell y'all, don't protest. Because some of them politicians don't want protest. Suddenly they don't want protest. They get clean, they get nice, they get church-like. Right? Church-like, right? They don't want protest. One of them go up on East Coast, them around, tell the Henry boys and family, yeah, come have the streets, yeah, don't protest. And that's when they had the PPP tight, you know. But yeah, don't protest. Next time they get locked up, the same person get locked up, guess what? Calling the people to come out, I'm going to court tomorrow. I'm going to court. Y'all think they're easy? Y'all don't get up and get in the country. Y'all don't protest. Y'all gonna see. Y'all will eat all y'all dinner. All y'all dinner. Y'all keep thinking y'all nose up on protests. Sacrifices have to be made. Has to be made. I'm out of here. Y'all sit down in Linden and allow a little short Dunsify goat midget for hold y'all at ransom. And call press conferences and complain all the time. Enough of the complaining. Oh, Father. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, man. Friday, same place, same time, right here on 107.1 FM. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm gone. God bless you all. I'm out of here.
Take warning. You better take warning. Take warning. You better do good. Let your light shine bright. Let your light shine right. Respect your fellow man as you should. Take warning. You better take warning. Take warning. You better do good. Let your light shine bright. Let your light shine right. Respect your fellow man as you should. The evil that men do lives after them. The evil that men do lives after them. Your evil today will blight your tomorrow. So do good today.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Caldata, Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
So if I got children, I must suffer them to take what I don't want to eat for myself. That is totally wrong.
What?
And the parents got to stand up.
Rhonda, really thank you for taking time out. I'm not going to let you go now. I know you're a very brave person. You're out there in front of GCOM. We're not seeing a lot of people out there, but give us an update on the protests every week in front of GCOM.
Tuesday we had 8 persons. Literally.
One second, Rhonda.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su? My relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, he is a friend of ours.
Watch out, man. Having a comfy stress, man. See? And when you look at the road, man, and the road built properly, all those have been vigilant here with the seminar see. Lord have mercy. Now you be man. Because the PPP. Lord of them a do things for we. They want me tell them star them on the PPP. Lord of them a do things for we. Lord. Watch out, man. Having a comfy stress, man. See? And when you look at the road, man, and the road built properly, all those have been vigilant here with the seminar see. Lord have mercy. Now you be man. Because the PPP, Lord of them a do things for we. They want me tell them start them on the PPP. Now
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how we go set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how we even set up.